gives them the most basically gives them the most heartfelt, charged up speech they have ever heard in their entire lives. Now, we have met with the Dwarven officials, and we have finally figured out a plan in order to enact to overthrow the town's government. And that is where we left off.
I like it. Okay, just so for context for you guys, not context, just for your information.
You're gonna tell us the killer?
Okay. Yes.
Please.
Yeah, the killer is, fun fact, oddly enough. Anyway, though, so the recordings of this, I have them posted on that Google Drive that I shared with you. My Google Drive apparently has a very limited amount of space. So I'm just taking off the old videos and saving them to my computer, and I'll keep like the 4 or 5 most recent ones. So if you want to watch a specific session or any old sessions, let me know, and I can post or send you the link to them. I just will only have the most recent ones posted because my Google Drive filled up very quickly.
Question. We want to just post on YouTube?
It's not a bad idea. I could definitely do that.
I have already set up a YouTube account. I was just waiting on the go ahead.
Oh my God, yeah, no, definitely. You can grab the videos straight out of the drive, and I'll send you the rest of them whenever you have that set up, okay?
I can, like I said, I can do that as soon as we're finished.
Perfect. Yeah, no, definitely. Throw them up on YouTube. Let's get
I will.
No, the private.
I do have one super quick question. On the components, what does VS mean?
V is verbal, so you have to say something, and S, Hank, what's S?
Somatic, it's hand motions.
Yep.
Oh, like Naruto, I got to do the.
You have to do
Essentially.
something with your hands. Yeah. I like the. Yep, and then M is material, which means you need specific materials to be able to cast it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool. Well, Baracus, I appreciated your recap, and at just around noon, the 4 of you walk outside of the Dwarven encampment, and you're standing there in the streets of Chateau. What would you guys like to do?
Aerith is gonna say we need to have a meeting, like ourselves, just somewhere quiet. We need to find somewhere to talk about this away from curious people.
Why don't we go to Gort's?
That works, yeah.
It's empty.
He wants to go to Gort's.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can she hear me?
You're a little quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, but I could hear you. She's just listening through my computer.
Okay. Why don't we go to Gort's to have our conversation? That way we're away from prying ears and eyes. And it might give us a chance to look around Gort's to see if we can find any useful items while we're there. We already have permission from Gort to use his shop and to take anything that we need. And I think it would be a quiet place where we can actively discuss what's about to happen.
Okay.
Awesome.
At some point, Zahn wants to go to Artani's. So if we can just keep that in mind for the timeline, since we're on a schedule.
We really
but
are.
I'm on board for going to Gort's.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, I mean, we can go to him because we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, because I mean, now that he knows we're not killing his pets or whatever, I'm pretty sure he'll cool with us, talking about the revolution.
Well, Aerith
Sure,
really wants to
Rosa.
say something though that he doesn't want anyone but us to hear. So if we do that, we need to stop somewhere because Aerith wants to tell the group something, but he doesn't want to tell them out in public.
All right.
Let's stop by Artani's first. Let him know what we're doing, and at some point tonight we can all convene, just the 4 of us with Aerith.
Okay, that works.
I don't know. I think we should go to Gort's and then establish a plan first.
Okay. Are you cool with holding off on Artani's for a bit then?
Yeah.
Okay. then yeah, we'll I guess let's go ahead and go to Gort's.
I think.
All right. So the plan's to Gort's then?
Yeah.
Well, you guys make your way past the tents and kind of down the main street of town, walking fairly normal through the streets of the city. Everything seems kind of like not much is happening. The humans are going about their business, going from shop to shop, heading into their house, out of it, maybe going to work. I don't know. But you guys make your way down Main Street before kind of turning left onto a road that you know oh so well because your bodies and bodily fluids were once plastered to the ground of it only the night before.
Not mine.
You can walk slowly past the area where you can't help but shudder a little bit thinking about the events of last night and the horror that went down before you kind of arrive to Gort's Biggest Swords and Stuff, a shop that you've been to before. And you'll see there's like a closed door and no lights on inside.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk forward and push open the door.
Yeah, the door is unlocked and you guys walk right in and the shop looks pretty much exactly how you guys saw it 2 days ago.
Okay, Eric wants to look around, see if anyone like is peeking in on them or anything.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Boom.
It's a great roll. Yeah, I mean, you're inside a room. The like big swords and stuff don't seem to be staring at you too intently.
Yeah, just in case, I want Owl to be keeping watch. But all right, I'm gonna turn to everyone else and I'm gonna say, okay, guys, this might sound crazy, but I might have an idea of who killed Gottmer.
All right.
I'm going to close the door behind us as we all come in.
Yeah, that's smart. The door was open.
Yeah.
No, the door was open.
The door, lock it, and I go around and try and like block any sort of windows.
There's not a key, so you're not gonna be able to lock it. It's not like a traditional lock like we have where you can lock it from you need the key inside both sides to lock it. But it's closed for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and like cover all the windows as best as I can with whatever I can find lying around, light any torches and so on.
Yeah, we just give me like an easy survival check to see your abilities to cover these windows. What are you guys doing while Geth is kind of preparing this room and Aerith begins to tell you about his geniusness? Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of light coming in besides what you would need to see. You say nothing, Baraka?
Not a damn thing.
And Zon, okay. I will note in the back corner of the room next to a bed that you have to assume is slightly too small for Gort, there sits a small brown plant in a little pot, and that plant is dead. It's a dead plant in a pot, but you know, it has like a little stalk with like a dead leaf hanging off of it.
Is there like a watering pail anywhere nearby?
There is a watering pail about 3/4 full with water.
I'm gonna just slightly tip it in. I gave Gort a promise.
Yeah, no, you pour water into a pot with a dead plant in it. So
Okay, so I assume, or once Geth gets or secures the smithy to his content, I'm gonna go, okay, guys, this isn't 100% sure thing, but it might have been Pav that killed Gottmer.
What the? Don't just say stupid shit. He's gonna go to war.
While I'm not one to typically go to such crass responses, you might want to cut that shit out, Aerith.
Hey. Someone that he knew killed him. Because if it was an assassin sent to kill him, that cut on his neck would not be half as jagged. Also, a human would have a very hard time getting to Gottmer in the Dwarf City. We stick out like sore thumbs, and they don't hate us, or the most of us hate the kind of Geth just because he's a human. So it was most likely someone who knew him.
Well, obviously someone who knew him, but how would have Pav gotten in and out of there?
He's a friend of the Gottmer. The dwarves know him. They wouldn't say anything.
I had to burp. Let me finish.
Okay.
And out of there, without anyone noticing that Godmer didn't come out after going in with Pav. If he is the king, he would be protected, even if Pav was there.
Or he would let his close friend into his private quarters alone, potentially, wouldn't you think?
Aerith, I don't think they were friends. I think they knew each other from when Pav was young, but I don't think they were friends.
They at least knew each other, and Pav very clearly wanted to resolve this issue, and he was not agreeing with our course of action, and was not with us for a good bit of time.
I hear you.
So I can see how if I'm Pav and I'm thinking I want to resolve the situation myself, I would go to Gottmer.
But how would that resolve it? It would only make the dwarves even madder knowing that their king died.
He might not have gotten the answer he wanted from Gottmer, and we don't know Pav all that well. We don't know what he wants. And he's coming home getting belittled by his parents, nearly killed by drunks in the street, and then tries to resolve the issue himself and might not have gotten the answer he wanted. He might have snapped. And I'm saying it's not 100% sure. Like maybe the more revolutionary minded dwarves might have disagreed with him as well. That's also a possibility. But Geth had Pav try to find something for him, and he gave a kind of short, normally, just the way Pav is, I thought he would expand more upon being able to find what Geth was looking for, but he just said he wasn't able to.
What do we do with this information now?
What I was looking for wasn't something that's easy to come by, though. It's completely understandable that a smaller town wouldn't be able to have it, especially.
Oh yes, but he didn't give you more information. Knowing Pav, he would normally say like, "Oh, hey, I talked to Artani. Artani says it's in this town." That's the information we normally get from that. He just said, "No, I didn't find it."
Speaking of Artani, wouldn't it seem more likely if Artani was the one to go after Gottmer?
Who?
Artani, the apothecary, the only other human that seems to be in good allegiances with the dwarves.
Why would Artani do that?
Well, that's
he's at odds with the human prefect at the moment, because now he knows that the human prefect wanted to kill his spiders.
I'm just having a hard time believing Path would A, want to do something like that, and B, actually be capable of doing so.
Yeah, it's Pav. Like, you're not a killer.
Path isn't the most experienced.
Like he would have been found with insults, like tears. That seems to be the only way Path ever contributed in fights.
Yeah, like
Insulting.
cut people's throats. Like
the cut on that throat was not the cut of an experienced killer. It was very jagged and it was not clean. That's part of the reasoning behind why I think it could potentially be him.
Okay, what's the next step? It's Path. What's next step?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. I would like y'all's help in seeing if we could confront him about it.
I'm saying it's Path.
Mhm.
What is the next step if it's Path? What do we do?
Paid.
I wanted to talk to y'all about it. We are a group.
I'm going to say that Path didn't do anything, so I can take his money with a clear conscience because we haven't been paid yet.
That is
Sure. Eric, I appreciate your moral judgment, but this kind of fucking up my money. I appreciate this fucking with my coin. So
Okay, I didn't say we have to bring him to justice about it. We didn't know Gottmer.
Huh?
I didn't say we had to bring him to justice or anything. We didn't know Gottmer. Like, we might be fine with this. If y'all are fine with it, we could get with Pav, see if it is him, and see if what he's doing, and potentially help him if we agree.
So we're not doing the revolution? Is that where you're at?
Well, that was kind of just to buy time because we needed time to sort this out. I just kind of yelled that out so the dwarves would, not immediately start a revolution. That was mainly the buy time. I was actually kind of surprised the plan was half decent.
All right.
So are we not getting Gort out? I don't understand.
Well, I still planning to Gort out, but
We're
I don't know
rescuing.
about Revolution.
Even if that's as far as we go, we have to rescue Gort.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's minimum. That's bare minimum.
However, concerning Path, I don't think if he did do it, I don't think anything needs to be done about it on our end for this very moment. We have much bigger fish to fry. And
The whole government.
as Baracus says, we can't have him fucking with our coin.
Yeah.
So at
Or I
the
will say, we could be playing into Pav's hand at the same time because he was a prefect who rose to being a prefect by slightly shady means by working with a underground religious organization. I'm not sure that kind of person would put past, or we could put it past him to start a revolution and create a power vacuum for him to rise to power here. And
we take someone who just hurls insults. We can take that.
Mhm.
So regardless, it'll be us against him if it ever comes to that point. So I'm not worried about that at all.
Okay.
There's things I'm worried about right now. Gort and this cash.
Our interests align.
I mean, am I out of turn?
Far from it.
Okay, we left the dwarf tent with them starting a revolution the next morning, thinking that we were also going to participate. So where are we at? If we're not doing that and we're still rescuing Gort, are we just going to act independently of this revolution?
Or they had said they wanted a plan by 11 o'clock tomorrow. They didn't say we necessarily had to move them. They're probably angsty, so they'd probably want to. So if all else fails, like this plan would probably go better at night when more guards are asleep. So if we do want to commit to this plan, we either have to go back to the dwarves, get them to do it tonight, or convince them to stall till tomorrow night.
They asked for a plan by tomorrow morning, but I think it might be beneficial if we ask them to wait until tomorrow night. It'll give them time to prepare and it'll give us time to prepare as well. I think a mutual agreement would be on that would be something that we should work towards tomorrow morning whenever we reconvene with them.
Mm-hmm. And should we do anything about Pav? Because I'm not like, even if he is using underhanded means, like Baracus said, he is our money. I'm not necessarily against him rising to power here.
I don't think there's anything we can or should do about PAF at this very moment. As much as we are listening to you on your theory on PAF, we can't, do anything to him or about him based on a theory alone. We would need some sort of evidence before we even act it out. Otherwise, we would just wrongfully be, I assume, beating up some poor, short, fat man.
Yeah, we might just say that we were able to, or tell him he forgot something whenever he went to go see Gotmer and see his reaction.
I think we should get paid before we accuse him of murder.
I also agree.
Yeah, we don't have to do anything though, so I'm fine with the group decides. This is just what I thought, and I just thought that information needed to be known to everyone.
Putting the theory there can't hurt, but again, we shouldn't act on anything until we have some shred of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of our stops today should be to see PAF to collect, basically, because I feel like things are about to ramp up. And if we need to leave town quickly, we're going to leave town without getting paid.
Yeah, okay, so we can stop by Pav, not necessarily accuse him of anything. We also need to stop by Artanis for Zahn. Is there anything else y'all can think of as far as stuff we would need to prepare for this revolution? Or we could, if y'all want weapons, like look around right now.
Well, we are in Gort's, so, and he did give Baracus and I to use anything within here. So if you find anything that is more than yours to use, just make sure you are able to carry it, because we all know Gort is not proficient with making smaller weapons. I do, however, have a not a ceremony, a service to go to tonight up at the Temple of Baal that I do need to attend.
Okay.
Now, Zahn, oh man. Okay, so if we're doing the revolution, I figure we need some backup. And I was thinking about asking Artani's help in enlisting the spiders to help us with the palace.
Okay.
Oh, that
That's
would
fine
actually,
with that.
yeah, and we could go visit, we could go try and accomplish the spiders this evening after the service.
Yeah, I figure if we go with Artani, they know him. We have a potion where you can speak to them. They will be quiet, stealthy. They can get over the walls. They don't like humans. They might be nice backup.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that
Yeah.
too. One
Cool.
thing I think we do need to keep in mind, though, as we go about this day and eventually discuss our plans for tomorrow, I think we need to try and decide on what we want to accomplish with this revolution. Because there's going to be a very clear divide, I believe, where we stand and where the dwarves stand.
What do you mean?
After discussing things with the dwarven fellow that I absolutely remember his name, Darnik.
Yeah.
I'm kind of afraid that his emotions, amongst others, might run a little wild if we enlist his help along with others whenever we, go do our thing. I don't know how far they're going to take this or what they plan to accomplish with this revolution. I don't know if it'll stop with just taking over the prefect's palace, or if it'll be the entire town, or if it could turn into an entire human genocide. Town
That's
hasn't been
you get
kind
the
to
50
them.
That's it.
Yeah, this town hasn't been kind to the dwarves for Lord knows how long. So I don't think it's right to immediately push that idea out of our heads. I think that's something we need to consider as far as our end goal as well. If we help rescue Gort, how far are we willing to go after that with the dwarves?
Well, if we help rescue Gort, and he doesn't want to leave because he has life here, then it would be best if the dwarves were in charge.
Well, yeah, I agree. I don't know how well it would sit with me if the dwarves ran rampant through the town, just slaughtering men, women, and children as long as they're human. And just something.
Okay, I think that in order to be behind a revolution, you have to believe in it, and I'm not getting the sense that everyone is believing in it.
Can't be halfway.
So if we just want to go in, stealthily rescue Gort, and get the heck out of town, then that might be what we do.
Let's vote.
I'm on the fence. I want to help the dwarves, but I don't know at what point we should say we should stop. I want to help Gort, and that is obviously the main objective considering what he's done for us. But I also would like to help the dwarves. I just don't know how far they would require our help, or even my help alone.
Yeah. We can't half-ass a revolution. It's either all in or not in at all.
Yeah, we may not know what government will take over once we remove the current one, but we do know the current one probably needs to go. So
That right.
let's not worry too much about,
Ethics.
Yeah, saying, oh crap, what if we replace a bad guy with another bad guy? Well, if we don't replace a bad guy, it stays a bad guy. So there will definitely be a bad guy if I weren't really country right then. There will definitely be a bad guy if we don't do anything.
We have traveled together for quite a while at this point, so I'm going to put my faith in your judgment collectively. But I will not assist the dwarves any farther than I feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's cool.
Fine with me.
If there is a power vacuum and we know that Path isn't a bad guy, maybe we can convince the dwarves to work with Path. Path represents the humans, and the dwarves have a seat at the table as well. And that, if they can agree to that, then we can agree to move forward with them in the revolution. If they don't agree to that, then we don't agree to help them. We get Gort and we go.
That works with me. Yep.
Yeah.
Eric will not particularly care about this place much after we leave.
Yikes.
I think that's a good starting point. I think that's something to work towards. And obviously, if something happens, we can try and come to an agreement as fast as possible on a whim. But I think that's a strong starting point.
You guys want to go see Path and get paid really quick? Should that be our next stop?
Let's look around Gort's real quick and just see if there's anything of use, either for us or any of the dwarves that we might be able to point out to them if we manage to bring some of them back before. But I think it would be a good idea for someone like me and maybe even Baracus to look around here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and search and see if there's any weapons that look better than my Morningstar and my axe and anything that I can hold.
What would look better than your Morningstar axe? Like, what are you looking for?
Something that looks better made. Because I got this Morningstar a while ago, so it's probably like pretty dinged up, I assume by now.
Like, give me first give me sorry, 1 second. Yeah, give me a survival check. Okay, and then give me an investigation check. Is anyone else? What are you guys doing while Geth is looking around the shop?
I can help Geth. Like, most of these weapons would be too big for me, but I'm not doing anything else, so I can help him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, it's going to come down to what Geth was looking for specifically. Yeah, so you, like you said, your Morningstar has been used some, and Eric, you're welcome to make an investigation check as well if you'd like. But what are you looking for before you roll it? Oh, well, okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm just looking for a weapon that like Geth is describing, something like that he'd be comfortable using.
Yeah, so Geth basically is like looking at his Morningstar and goes like, "There's some dents in this there didn't used to be." So he looks around the shop for a while, and then you notice something, Geth. Everything in here has dents in it, like more than you'd feel comfortable throwing on your body. Even the anvil itself has like cracks on the sides and stuff that look like somebody took a hammer and just slammed it on there. And at some point, whoever was throwing the hammer, and it mostly just broke the anvil. There's a couple shattered hammers on the ground next to the anvil. In addition, there is quite a good amount of really fucking huge swords. There's some that you can tell are short swords, but they're massive. There's long swords that are taller than you by a good amount. There's hammers, and there's probably a Morningstar, but this Morningstar, even if you could pick it up, looks in worse condition than what you're carrying.
Are there any sort of like hammer weapons?
Like a warhammer?
Yeah.
There is a absolutely massive warhammer that the handle of it is longer than the staff that Baracus carries. And there's a massive hammer on the end of it, like absolutely huge hammer on the end of it.
Probably not something I can pick up, huh? Probably not something I could.
You're welcome to try if you'd like.
I'm gonna try.
Hey, give me a strength check.
Let's go, strong boy. Strong boy.
Yeah. Surprisingly so, you pick up this hammer and just kind of like lift it up, and this thing has to weigh like 70, 80 pounds.
Ooh, okay.
And you are struggling. You're holding it right now and you got it up, but you're going sweating. Your face is turned red. There's veins popping up. Everyone's staring at you.
It's embarrassing.
But you got it up. It's a lot less embarrassing than it could have been.
I'm just gonna drop it.
There are definitely some weapons that like look like they could be usable by you. There is just some that are huge as well. I can't say that anything particularly sticks out to you as better than what you have. Let's be honest. Would you know? Would you?
That's so mean. No.
Okay, then.
Ow.
But regardless, nothing here sticks out as supremely better. But there's weapons in here. There's quite a good bit of weapons in here, as well as some shields. But they're huge.
Yeah, I already got a shield from Gort, so I'm okay. I don't think there's anything in here for me. Gort, bless him, but he should probably learn how to make smaller weapons. Yeah, I can't really find anything. Do we want to just head to Artani's now? Or do we want to stop by Path and try and get paid before we go visit a shop that sells potions?
I think we should get paid.
I think so too.
Okay, so is the plan to walk out of the shop and head towards the ash tree?
Yes, I am going to open the door and peek out. Do I see anyone?
Give me a perception check.
Come on, Geth. Don't fail me. Yes.
Yeah, there's several people walking around.
But anyone like looking at us?
I mean, when you stick your head out and go, some people definitely look over at you, but no one seems that interested in you.
Okay. I think we're good.
So do you guys all follow Geth outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys turn down the street, a street you know too well. Though I think for the three of you probably have forgotten at least some bits of the night before after the absolute gashes you took on the head. But you make your way down the street and to the main street again before turning right and walking up this kind of main street. You'll notice again that humans seem to be going about their business normal. They don't seem to have anything on their minds. You see men and women running out of shops and heading into houses and everything else before finally getting to the street that the ash tree is on. You take a left at the ash in front of the ash tree and turn and see the ash tree standing there looking normal.
I'm just gonna go and open the door and gonna go, Delphine, we're back.
Yeah, you kind of stick your head into the ash tree and it seems different than normal in that there's always been somebody in there drinking or eating or hanging out, but the room is mostly empty. And as you yell into it, no one responds back to you. But are you guys all walking in, by the way, as this is happening?
Yeah. As
you walk in at the back of the room, you see one table with a candle in the middle of the table where you see three people talking. Path, his mom, and his dad are sitting at a table having a conversation.
Yeah, Path will turn and kind of see that you guys walked in, and you'll hear him say, ultimately, I really wanted to say I'm sorry, and I wanted you to have this just to pay off some of my debts to you. And again, I am really sorry, Mom and Dad. And he's gonna put a little, like a bag on the table and slide it toward them. And then he'll stand up and greet you guys and say, hello, friends.
Everything okay, Path?
Yeah, you know, parents. And it'll kind of, as he's walking towards you, say, what? Actually, you know, I should grab you your money. I'm glad to see you. This is convenient. I just got back with some money and I gave it to my parents, and yeah, I'll grab yours for you. And he'll run upstairs, and then come back down and hand each of you a pouch, and he'll say, and I'm sorry that this second half took so long. So I threw in an extra 25 gold for each of you. And you can each take 100 gold, and add it to your character sheet.
Good man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Gottmer is dead.
Yeah, I heard rumblings about that. It's a real tragedy.
Or I knew you two knew each other. How are you holding up with everything?
I mean, we were acquaintances when I was a child. I knew of him. I feel for the dwarves, and I would like to find more ways to help them. I hear that you all have been assisting the dwarves with something.
You could say that.
We've been doing our best to see what we can do. Just real quick, I don't know how to phrase this correctly. Whenever he called it a tragedy, do I believe him?
Give me an insight check.
6. 19.
Yeah, let me check 1 second.
Rolling big numbers today.
Yeah,
Yeah, Get's really coming alive.
it's gonna go to shit when we actually need it.
What are we fighting?
Yeah, it's hard. You can tell that he does feel some sort of like upsetness for the dwarfs, like he said. I guess you do believe him in that. He doesn't appear to be lying particularly. It's hard to get a reading.
Does it feel like he said tragedy in the way of like
He said tragedy exactly how Brendan said it.
no, I mean like using what I like can tell from like picking apart people with, you know, because Geth is Geth. Does he say tragedy in the way that you say tragedy, like when like a natural disaster happened, or like when something like horrible happens to a bad person?
More like when you hear that you're like a friend of yours, but like an acquaintance of yours' parent dies.
Okay.
It's a tragedy that it happened. It's a shame for the dwarfs.
Okay, don't like that answer.
So he don't give
I don't like that answer in the way that I do like that answer, because it gives me a better perspective. Okay, cool, caught up. Well, Pop, we really do appreciate this money. We don't have much time to talk here, so I think we'll be seeing our way out. We really just wanted to come in and check on you. Seems like we caught you at a pretty appropriate time as well, but if you'll excuse us.
Yeah, definitely. I should be around here if you need anything else from me. Yeah, take care.
I'm going to wave to Delphine and Mr. Sarkon and give them a big smile, and then I'm gonna usher everyone out.
You'll
Delphine will wave back.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, as soon Geth is gonna be the last one to leave, and I'm gonna shut the door behind me.
Yeah, do you guys all walk straight out as Geth finishes kind of waving?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, yeah. You walk back in and Geth closes the door behind him.
I think we should head to Artani's.
Same.
Will one of you give me an insight check real quick?
I want to do it. 22.
Yeah, it's a little after 3 in the afternoon. sun's pretty high in the sky right now. It's warm for here, which warm for here is still much chillier than it ever was on Yargos or Mock. But yes. What would you guys like to do as you stand in the streets a little after 3?
Are we all set on just heading to Artani's?
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
Dawn?
All right. You walk out of the ash tree down the road, ignoring that first left turn where you guys saw teenagers talking, passing something back and forth days ago. And you walk and you turn left on the path that leads to Artani's apothecary. You walk down the street and get there to the very end of the street. And the only thing on this road, there sits the purple roofed building known as Artani's apothecary. And the note that Geth had very rudely ripped off the door is no longer there. Why would it be?
It wasn't really an accident.
How is it an accident? I pull it from the door.
You just pulled it off.
What accident is that? He's like, we can just tape it back up, right?
I forgot tape didn't exist.
But yeah, you guys make it outside of Artani's apothecary.
In my defense, pianos exist here.
Yeah, tape doesn't. You know what else exists? Crossbows, but do you know what doesn't? Bows. So anyway, you guys stand outside of Artani's apothecary. Perfect.
Walk inside.
Yeah, Aerith shoves his way to the front of the group and walks right inside to the apothecary where you have been once before. And Brendan, you got this.
Yeah. You'll walk in to the normal, very confusing smells that happen in the shop. This time it smells kind of like rotten eggs and then like pine, like fresh pine. And they just kind of alternate back and forth. It's very strange. But you'll see Artani in the back with an apron on, working over a cauldron of something. And he'll look up and say, hello, my friends.
How you doing, man?
I'm gonna
Hello.
shut the door behind us.
Hey,
What did you
Zon,
say, Marshall?
we wanted to talk to you about.
I just said I'm gonna shut the door behind us.
Okay.
Who's
What is the dwarf's name? King's name?
Gottmer.
Gottmer. Artani, something has happened to Gottmer.
What is that?
Well, he was murdered.
Oh, that's horrible. Are you serious?
damn? You said it like that.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
I hadn't been outside of my shop today. So I guess I wouldn't have heard. Jesus Christ. Okay. Or not Jesus. Malchus.
Well,
Yeah, so things are moving quickly. The dwarves are honestly headed for a revolt.
I can imagine that would happen. How do you all feel about what's happened
we're helping.
with the revolt?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Appropriately, I think we're kind of in a similar boat as the dwarves. We don't exactly agree with the government or how the dwarves are treated within the town, or anyone not of human origin.
Videl is a prick. I wouldn't mind seeing him gone.
Some you could
that.
help.
I could help. I will admit I'm useless with a weapon. But I wouldn't mind supplying my dwarven friends and you all with some aid from the apothecary.
Perfect.
Anything you can do, we greatly appreciate.
I was also wondering if you might get your spiders to help us.
That's not a bad idea. They have acquired a bit of a taste for human blood, so I suppose this could be a good use for them. I guess afterwards I may have to find a new source for silk, but yeah, I think I can lend my spiders to this for this mission.
Now you say they have a taste for human blood. Do you think I would be safe?
That's tough.
My friend, if you're not safe, then I'm not safe. But I have an idea for that actually.
Okay.
And he'll turn around and he'll grab 8 small vials and hand each of you 2. And he'll say, this is a little bit of that potion I gave to your friend here. I'll let your friend try it out first since he has the original batch, but I believe it'll work. And this should allow you to let your intentions known to the spiders so that they don't maybe they don't fight you or eat you.
Woo. Let's go not getting eaten.
Yeah, so do you all want to come with me to get the spiders, or did you have other plans before we're off? Figure if it's revolution, we should probably we're probably on a bit of a time crunch.
Just a small one. Just a small one.
I have a service here in just a few hours, however, that I'm using to garner some materials and information. How long do you think it would take to get the spiders, or do you think it would be possible to go and recruit them after the service is over?
I mean, we could definitely go at night. They would be more active then, so that would potentially make more sense than going right now.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
I might, unless somebody has another idea, I might go and convene with the dwarves quietly and see what I can do to help them. And then we can meet back here later tonight.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
All right. Very well. Yeah, each of you add 2 vials, you 2 vials of potion. You can put like animal potion or something.
Animal potion.
Yeah, he's gonna apologize. I haven't given it a catchy name yet. Yes. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I feel a little wrong actually asking this, but considering our circumstances, I feel like it might be beneficial. Do you have anything else that you have either prepared or worked on that would possibly help us in aiding the dwarves? We aren't
like I said, I'm going to go speak with the dwarves. I figure if there's revolution, they may need some healing potions specifically, but really anything. So I'll talk to them, and once I get an idea how many of them I'm going to be providing potions for, I will aid you all tonight.
It'll be very much appreciated.
I need some time to get my supplies ready. So if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, with that, we'll walk out, or Geth will walk out.
Yeah, you guys walk back out into the outside of it. It's about 4 o'clock now as you stand outside of the apothecary.
Does it look like you said this place is at the end of a road?
You guys are on the map, you can see it.
But yeah. Is there are we able to see anyone walking along the path to Artani's, or maybe through the trees to see that path right there, like right here?
I mean, there's a lot of trees. These are pretty thick trees. You don't see anybody out when you turn and walk out of here.
Okay.
You can make a perception check though if you want.
Jesus.
That's insane. These rolls are wild. Yeah, I mean, you can see movement on the other path, like through there. It's hard to tell. I mean, they're probably just people walking about. Again, nothing sticks out to you as anyone staring at y'all.
Okay. In that case, as soon as we close the door, we'll walk a few feet away, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to put my hand on Aerith's shoulder, and I'm going to look towards the group. I don't trust Path. Something about our conversations with Path and then with Artani has me sort of beginning to believe Aerith's theory. Path was disgruntled but didn't offer assistance, unlike Artani, who immediately said he would jump in and assist as much as he can. I don't trust Path.
What's the plan?
I think we continue with our original plan.
So then nothing changed.
Nothing changes, but if something were to happen, and I think if the dwarves began to talk about Path rising to power as a equal force, then I don't think we should back him on it. If there's
They decide to do that, I don't think they put another human on the throne anytime soon, even if it is Path.
I also don't think so. But if we manage to talk to the dwarves and they say that they will handle things peacefully as they can after overturning the government, but they bring up the idea of a human delegate, I think we should suggest Artani rather than Path.
I can get behind that.
Okay, but to secure their trust, because they will probably trust Pav, as he wasn't close friends, but was friends with Gottmer. One thing we could do to try to see what Pav is doing while you're at your service, if you give me Blessing of the Trickster, I could try to see what Pav is doing, because settling his debts, that's kind of like half a no return kind of thing to do. Settling your debts with your parents and also with us. So he's doing something big where he thinks he might not come back from it.
Aerith, will you give me a perception check?
Perception.
Yeah, as you're finishing your word, you definitely heard a door close and see Artani walking out of his shop towards you guys down the path.
Hello,
Hey, friends. Didn't make it very far, did you?
We got caught up in conversation before we made it too far.
Conversation can do that, particularly thrilling conversations as it appears you're having. So I'll let you get back to it. I'm just on my way to the dwarf encampment. Take care, friends.
Artani,
Yeah.
would you allow us to escort you to the dwarf encampment?
Yeah, definitely. Come along.
Is everyone okay with this?
Yeah, more than that. He's a friend.
Okay, then yeah. We'll go with Artani to the dwarf encampment.
Yeah, you begin walking down the same path back to the main street. You take a right and pass behind the ash tree itself, and bless you, my goodness, in front of the ash tree, and then continue down the path that you guys have taken before to get to the dwarven tents. kind of at the entrance to the tents where you guys would be coming in and out of this kind of area, there stands 3 dwarves, 2 men and 1 woman each, fully decked out in armor and carrying an axe, as they just kind of seem to be standing there. Hey, halt. My friends here, what brings you into our land? It's not French. I failed, but it's fine.
Brings you into our land. Oui, oui. We were simply here escorting our friend here.
And what business do you have here?
Artani?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just heard about the tragedy with Gottmer. I was going to come and offer my assistance.
Yes, wait. I know you, Artani, of course, anytime. And I am so sorry. Are you the 4 that they've speaking of?
Yes, I am Aerith, and these are my subordinates.
This game is
Yes, Aerith, yes, of course, you are welcome. You are a bit early for the summoning, no?
Oh,
You
we
know-
are just making preparations. No worries.
Is everything okay? Should we be worried here as the guard?
Oh no, we are everything is going rather according to plan so far. Surprisingly so.
We
Yeah.
just happened to bump into Artani here and thought we would walk with him over here.
Ah, of course. Well, it appears to be dangerous to exist in Chateau Monet at the moment, so I understand that. Never go off by yourself right now. It seems a wee bit dangerous. That's why we have the 3 of us together.
Now, are the 3 of you capable fighters?
Oddly enough, no. They just put our asses out here to protect the entire city out of Puma.
What you lack in height, you make up for in sarcasm.
What you lack in looks, you make up for in noticing the obvious.
Touche.
It is
I
fine.
I know
This is why I am the leader.
Geth is gonna eye him. Well, it may come off as a rather silly question. I only ask because we might require help at some point, and I want to be able to depend on the dwarves as much as they can depend on me. I meant nothing by it.
Yeah, you did.
Your most recent statement that you just finished seems to mean something by that as well. We are not, how you say, stupid, nor are we, how you say, going to just lay over and die. So if you would continue on to the conversation, I am finished with you.
That's not what I said at all. But
Yeah.
I apologize.
Thank you, sir.
My subordinates.
Yeah.
Can
I'll make my way to Jag.
Yeah, you guys walk through the kind of halls of this outdoor encampment area, the pathways here, and you'll see kind of men that seem to be men and women cleaning weapons and polishing armor. They seem to be kind of looking like they're getting ready for something. Who knows what? Really, could be anything. And you guys make your way over to the tent, and in front of them, the big tent where you know the kind of the main room is this kind of area you've been to before. The one that has entrance to the war tent. You see again, there are 2 more dwarves standing guard, who as soon as they see you, they lift their axes and allow you access straight into the tent. Inside the big main tent, are you all continuing to just follow Artani and them? Right.
Yes.
Yeah, inside the main tent, it's mostly empty. There's people milling around here and there, talking, having conversation. But you can hear kind of from the back room, Jag's voice back in that war room, talking fairly assertively with those that are with some other dwarves, and they're talking in Dwarven. So
do I understand what they're saying?
give me a perception check. You pick out some words. I mean, it's still kind of far away. You're just like kind of there's like a tent still that you have to go through to get to this. You definitely hear Danik, no, we will wait. I promised we would wait and we shall wait. And that's kind of what you heard.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything about it right now.
Yeah, you guys are standing in this kind of main room and can hear Jack's voice from the other room.
Did you all want to join me for this conversation? Or were you just accompanying me?
If you would have us, we would be honored to accompany you. But if you prefer to speak alone, we respect your privacy as well.
You can definitely join for this. And then he'll kind of step in and hello, Jag. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's Artani here.
Well, it is no problem at all, Tani. I was just merely having a conversation with my dear friend Darnik, who actually was just heading out to go keep guard over, I believe, somewhere else. Is that not true, Darnik? And with that, Darnik kind of shakes his head and walks out of the room, so Brendan does not have to talk to himself.
I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder a little bit and give him a nod as he walks by.
He'll definitely nod back.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Brendan. Yeah, and Jack goes, Artani, I'm so sorry for the state of things in this meeting. I know Gatmer had a soft spot in his heart for you. And that is rare in this city for a dwarf to care about a human the way he seemed to care for you.
Yeah, and I cared about him equally. Yeah, I'm very, very sorry to hear about it. I just like to. I wanted to stop by and offer my hand and any assistance that I can provide. Our friends here filled me in a little bit on your plans going forward, and I want you to know that I'm fully behind you.
Well, that is perfect. Good timing, because we are actually waiting to finalize our plans until we hear the plan that your friends you have brought back with you have for us. So it seems you have shown up with a plan then. What is the plan for tomorrow? Or is it the plan for tonight now, as you have arrived a wee bit early for our meeting, no?
No, we just plan to give you a heads up to help you prepare. Artani will explain more, but we have a way to potentially greatly increase our combat force, and I will let Artani take over from there.
Yes, our friends here decided or figured it would be a good idea to use my spiders from outside of town to aid in our whatever you need. I suppose they should be sneaky and provide us some assistance. So
is the plan then just to raid the castle with spiders?
I could not tell you. I told them I would acquire the spiders for them. I came to more talk about my assistance in providing potions and my apothecary skills to you.
Most definitely.
So
we can discuss that at a later time. It's just important that we really hammer down this plan thing, as my people are beginning to grow restless. And he looks at each of you kind of like,
Yes, that is definitely understandable. Currently, the plan is very similar to what I told you previously. We're just adding a new element to try to assist the dwarves in getting into the castle, because where most people would die is if you had to scale the walls while fighting. So the whole plan revolves around us getting inside and freeing Gort, who is of great combat capability, fighting inside, and also have the spiders assist y'all in taking the walls, because once the walls are taken, the casualties on our side will be much reduced, and the battle will more than likely turn in our favor at that point.
You are aware. I wasn't aware of Gottmer's death, and I'm sure that Videl has heard something at this point since it has been through the day. But unless you're making moves at the moment, I don't know that the guards don't seem particularly active right now. So I don't know that you'll have to be scaling any walls. I think the gates are open right now.
Yeah, such a little thing my great Lord Aerith seems to have looked over.
Oh yes, because he left the gates open just because he trusts the dwarves so much. That would more than likely just be an invitation to a massacre. Because Videl, if anything,
what is this you have heard about a massacre attempt on the dwarves? Do you have reason to believe that Videl knows that something is brewing?
Great Lord Aerith, surely you cannot believe that.
would we put anything past Videl at this point? He would be more than happy to be rid of the dwarves by any way. I don't think his morals would stop in any way of getting rid of you. And that gate open is probably, yeah.
Aerith does have a point. Videl is a prick.
Yes, Videl's head shall be on a stick before tomorrow is out. That is the only thing I can guarantee. I do not wish for unnecessary bloodshed, just the removal of those who need to be removed.
At that, Geth is actually going to step forward, and this is Jag, right? Okay. Jag, my friend, that actually leads me up to a question of my own. How far do you intend to take this?
Yes, as far as necessary. You see, there are many humans within this town who deserve no less than the justice that will be delivered to them upon a dwarven rule. I do not wish death upon every person of this town. I think that is absurd. We have a town to run, and I plan to help the dwarves run that town. However, there are many who have made it their lives work and their money off of persecuting those of us, and those of them will be put on stakes. Metaphorically speaking, of course, we will just kill them.
Nah, spitting. I like it.
Geth, you seem disturbed by this idea. I don't understand. What do these humans here mean to you?
They don't mean anything to me personally, but as much as I would like to see a new rise in power, specifically by the dwarves here in the city, I can't help but feel a little wrong in helping with the massacre of plenty of humans who are just going about their lives. Obviously, I haven't been here long enough to really see or hear of any sort of operations that have hurt the dwarves directly, but I do know that they haven't treated you well in the slightest.
I mean no ill will to the average person of the city, but the guard must be overthrown, and those who sit atop the hill and their large houses built on the backs of dwarven basically slavery in the mines, they deserve death. No, those who have made it, who feel we deserve death. No, I have no ill will to the average man walking here and there. There will be a place for them in the Chateau Monet that we shall rule. However, there is no place for those who have proven themselves already undeserving.
I can agree with that. I won't pry any further into the plans or into any sort of plan that you might have already. But please know that my friends and I will definitely help out as much as we are able to. We don't have a plan right now, but we plan to spend the rest of the evening to gather materials and information. That way we can come to you with a proper plan tomorrow.
Yes, be here before 10, because at 10, if you are not here, I cannot hold off the armies anymore, and I do not plan to. And there will be a march upon the palace, and I would prefer a more planned out plan besides us just marching with what we can muster.
I'm gonna like hold out my hand to shake his.
Yeah, he'll reach his hand to you, grab his hand, and shake your hand and go 10 a.m. no later.
10 a.m.
No later.
And then he goes, Zun, Rakis, you two, do you still support the plan of your boss and Geth here?
But yeah. I support plan of my boss. Yeah, it's a nice plan. Very nice plan, actually.
Thank you
I'm
very much.
surprised himself.
That is good to hear. Zon, does he have your support now? I know that you were hesitant at first.
As a good plan that will definitely benefit it from your minds as well.
Perfect. Then I believe I should get back to work. And Tani, will you stay? We will talk about what you can do to help the dwarves and perhaps what we can do to help you. But with this, come 10 a.m. and he will shake each of your hands and he will say 10 a.m. to each of you as you walk away.
I'm gonna pat my hand on Artani's shoulder and I'm gonna tell him to stay safe and we'll come and find him after the service this evening.
Yeah, I'll be at my shop. Take care, friends.
Yeah, you guys walk back out into the main room and you see Darnique is there, kind of just sharpening his axe, sitting on a stool. But you guys just kind of make your way back out.
I'm going to walk over and I'm going to put my shoulder or my hand on his shoulder again.
Put your shoulder on his shoulder, just kind of.
What's up, dude?
Hello, Guess.
How are you doing?
My hero and my leader died this morning, so I'm doing as well as any other dwarf, I suppose.
I know it's been rough for you, and I appreciate your patience. I promise we're going to help. All I ask is that you wait for us.
That is the plan at the moment. I will adhere to it.
Okay, I'm gonna pat him pretty hard on the shoulder and walk away.
Yep.
Take
Is
care.
there anything else you guys want to do in the dwarven encampment at all?
Oh, it's time to jet.
Just after 5, you walk out of the kind of, I guess, the entrance to these dwarven camps, past those 3 guards, and they each kind of smile at you guys as you guys walk by. And it's a little after 5 p.m.
We have a little bit less than an hour until the service, I believe. Is there anything that we care to do before then?
Maybe, if you're curious, because I thought that Pav was just gonna sit by, but he seems to be still making moves. Could you maybe help us find him, and maybe I could be sneaky and try to see what else he's planning?
I think that may be a bit too much for this moment. I don't feel comfortable letting, and this isn't to discredit your abilities or anything, but I don't feel comfortable you going in anywhere in the city without me, especially with tensions between the races so high at the moment.
Okay.
However, something's still bugging me about Path. How did he know about Gottmer?
Dun, dun, dun.
What do you mean?
Artani knew because we told him. As far as I know we were out for most of the morning, but I doubt Path on to the dwarven encampment by himself, considering he's not super intimidating.
Mhm.
Something just bugs me. I don't know how he knew about Gottmer when Artani, who was a very good friend to Gottmer itself. I just don't understand how Path knew and Artani didn't. However, again, I don't feel comfortable letting Aerith run off on his own. He's still looking a little frail in the bones.
Damn. Damn.
Good.
So I think it would be best if we all stuck together for the time being, and I don't think we should be actively trying to seek out Path. That might raise his suspicions if he is guilty of doing something, which might cause him to act sooner on anything else than he was planning, which could potentially put not only us, but the rest of the dwarves in danger as well.
No, that was a while back. Yeah, so is there anything else you guys want to do right now?
Not currently. If y'all can think of anything.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah, can't really think of anything.
And then where would you guys like to head?
What if we ran back by the ash tree on our way to the temple?
For
Just to drop off a couple of things. Maybe see if Path is around, just to keep an eye on him, even if we are from a distance.
all right.
Raucus, I'm worried.
He hasn't come after us, so I'm not feeling
Well,
the threat you guys are feeling.
I mean, he hasn't offered you two followers of the god of death, has he?
I guess not. All
But
right.
he has used you in conversation, or at least your voice, correct?
I mean, yeah, it was fucking annoying, but yeah.
I just think it would be beneficial to keep tabs on him. And I do want to say hello to Delphine. She's quite lovely.
Oh, goodness.
I see no harm in that.
Milf.
All right,
Hang on.
let's go.
Did you guys hear that?
These
on.
things-
No.
We can knock him out and lock him in the closet.
God,
No, don't put me back.
Vaughn just said.
awesome.
Don't put me back.
Wait,
He's not wrong.
you were gonna do
We
it to
Oh.
Geth?
Oh, to Geth?
Marshall thought you meant him, so
No. Not again.
put him back in. Force him in. Anyway, so you guys are making your way over to the ash tree?
Yeah.
So for the 7th time today, you make your way down
It's
Main
the
Street
third.
and turn right onto the road that takes you to the ash tree. And you're out in front of the ash tree.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk in.
Yeah, you guys make your way inside, and in there, you see Delphine running the bar. There's people kind of staying around. There is actually patrons now. Some people drinking, some eating, and Path is sitting at the bar with a plate of food in front of him, a chicken leg and some sort of greens, and he is sitting there eating. There is even in the far kind of you walk in, there's some people at different tables, mostly entirely humans. In the back of the room, there's actually a table filled with people in guard uniform who are sitting having a meal and drinking ale. But yeah, you guys walk in and this is what you see.
Is Path alone?
I mean, Delphine's around, but Path is sitting by himself at the bar. Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk up and pat him on the shoulder, and then I'm gonna wave to Delphine. I'm just gonna say, just here to drop off a couple of things. We'll be out of here in no time, miss.
Oh, you can stay as long as you want. You're always welcome here.
I appreciate that, but we do have places to be this evening. Speaking of, Path, we are headed to a service this evening. Would you care to join us?
When you say a service, are you talking about a service to Ball?
Yes. We're there to learn a little bit more about why Ball may not be as bad as some of his more extremist followers seem to believe.
I think I would rather you take my balls than for me to go to that service. I yeah, I'm
Hello?
sorry. I really have no desire to go do that.
And that is perfectly acceptable. I just would feel remiss if I did not offer. And I'm gonna walk up upstairs. Just kind of like I'm gonna drop off like 2 of the books I have.
Okay. What are you guys doing while Geth is walking upstairs and dropping books off?
Mhm.
Staring at Path,
Hey, Pav.
Just staring him down. I like it.
looking at him.
Yes, my purple horned friend. What can I do for you?
I'm really sorry to hear about Godman, man. Like that's sad. I mean, he seemed quite fond of you. I don't know if you felt the exact.
I wouldn't say he was particularly fond of me. As a kid, I was a bit of a shit. And I do feel bad about that now.
I mean, when I talked to him, he didn't seem to have any ill will towards you. So, yeah. But I am sorry for
Thank you,
your loss.
friend. You know, that puts me at ease a little bit to know that he didn't have any ill will towards me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Or while this is happening, can Aerith like try to sneak off towards our rooms?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely
Um,
walk to your rooms. Are you trying to sneak to your room specifically?
Or no, I'll just walk over to our rooms. But then I want to try to see if I can get into Pav's room.
Oh, so I'm distracting him. That's funny.
Let's go charisma warlock.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, Aerith, you make your way over to the rooms, and I'll hop to you in just a second. They're talking right now, but then we'll switch over to what you're doing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, sorry. Was that everything, Brock? Did you have anything else you were saying to him?
Oh no, I lost.
I'll go continue the conversation.
Yeah, Aerith, you make your way over to the rooms, and you Path's room is in the same hall next to y'all's.
Is it unlocked?
You jiggle the handle, and it is locked.
All right, I'm gonna try to unlock it with my lock picking kit.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand roll.
And didn't the whatchamacallit give me +2 the lock picking set?
Yep, exactly.
Boom.
Yeah, you're never gonna unlock
once.
that. You're never gonna unlock anything. Unlock door with lock if you were trying to slide. That's horrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with 2 9s. Actually, oh shit. Will you roll me a 1d20?
Oh
Eric?
no.
We did tell you about this when we gave you the thing.
That's
Yeah,
why.
you're fucking. What just happened? What just fucking happened? You're lucky. Your lockpick bent a lot and almost broke before kind of bouncing back to the position it was in, but you almost shattered your lockpick there.
That's
double nat ones and then nat 20. My gosh.
That doesn't make any fucking
Insane.
sense. But yeah, you spend a solid 5 minutes or so trying to unlock this door, and you can't get it unlocked for some reason.
Yeah, I just give up dejectedly and head back.
Okay.
I'm still talking to him. So, we were going to visit Godmer actually, and then we just saw the dwarves in disarray, and they told us. I mean, it was such a shock. How did you find out about Godmer?
You just drop your.
Well, we do the ash tree. I'm sure you know is right across the street from there. We just had some patrons come in that had stumbled by and found out, and they let us know. Rumor travels fast in Chateau at times.
Yeah, it does seem kind of small. Can I do insight?
What are you looking for?
Seeing if he's lying.
Yeah, you can definitely roll me an insight check.
I shall.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god.
honestly, what the fuck? Yeah, you did. That's crazy.
I'm so sorry.
Honestly, you believe him more now than you did before this conversation. He really doesn't seem to be lying. Like genuinely, he comes off as extremely genuine. He heard it from someone in the streets walking around that he talked to, one of the dwarfs.
At ones, Kobe ran off on me. Rubbed off.
Nat 20. You went off the nat 20.
Your
That's a
next
lot.
roll's a 20, so use it wisely.
That's true. That's true. After a short time, Aerith rolls back in to the main room. Yeah, he does a whole barrel roll, and Aerith kind of walks back in. Geth, what are you doing during this time?
Tidying up my room. I figured I would spend a little longer just making sure all of my items are where they need to be.
Perfect. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to say to Path, or you guys just stand there awkwardly?
Have you
No.
know what Jeff is?
Jeff.
The cat.
I don't. Well, I know who Jeff is.
Okay.
No, I have no idea where Jeff is. I haven't seen him.
Oh, I miss him.
All of a sudden, Zon, you feel a tap on the back of your shoulder.
Zon will turn to see who it is.
Yeah, standing there is Path's father, and he looks at you and goes, I owe the group of you a bit of an apology. Can I talk to you for just a second?
Hey.
Sure.
So Path kind of goes back to eating his chicken. And as you guys walk over, he leads you over to a table, the three of you, and sits you down and goes, I'm so sorry. I have not introduced myself in any way. I am Path Sarkhan Jr., father of Path the Third, your friend over there. And I apologize. I hope you understand I was not trying to be rude to the group of you as a whole. Things are tight with my son, and yeah. Anyway, and he stands up and just kind of looks over at you guys.
Appreciate it.
You want to? Yeah. No, I just didn't want to. Just want to say that, and he starts walking away.
Said it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
He nods and continues walking and walks out a door. A door. The door that you've seen him walk in and out of before. Back to the kitchen if you really want to know what door it is. And then after a while, Geth makes his way back down to the main room.
What time is it now?
Probably about 5:30 or so.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe a little later.
we should probably start heading towards the temple. I believe the service starts within the half hour.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, you guys make your way out of the ash tree, down the street, down some curved roads. I imagine you take the path that doesn't lead you past Gort's or anything, and you get to the Temple of Baal. And inside you hear kind of like music, like choral music kind of sounding.
Like a reef?
And the door is open. Yeah, like a reef. Definitely not the one with the CH, the one that means music. But the doors are open and there's lights on inside, same as when you guys got here yesterday.
I'm gonna grab my Kimura necklace and sigh and then walk in.
Are you guys all just kind of heading in, following Gaff here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you walk inside this temple and it looks exactly like how it did before, except there's like maybe 2 or 3 more candles lit than before. If you'll remember, it's kind of a circular room. Inside the room, as you walk in, there are 5 total people in attendance currently, and it is about 5 minutes until the service is supposedly supposed to start. There are about 5 people here. There is one in each of the 4 corners, like quadrants of the circle, how it's kind of divided into 4 little like quarter circles, as well as there's an area where there's a second person. One's at the front, one's at the back. So there's pretty much anywhere you could possibly want to sit. But in the very center of the room is Sarder Kuhu standing there, throwing his arms in the air, and just you notice all of a sudden that the choral music is coming from him. He is just singing, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad.
Does he notice us as we walk in?
If he does, he doesn't change what he's doing. He continues to just go, "Oh," as he moves his hands above his head like this.
Okay. Geth is gonna walk forward and he's gonna take a seat in the front row of the nearest quadrant.
I'm having a little trouble hearing Marshall. I don't know,
Louder.
speak up or maybe just a little bit. Sorry.
Geth is gonna walk forward and sit in the front seat of the nearest like section.
Yeah, and I imagine you guys are all kind of just filling in this front row, right?
Yeah. Actually, no, Baracus is in the back. Baracus is going to be in the back. He's hiding.
I like it. All right, Baracus in the back. Are the rest of you guys in the front?
I'll hang out with Baracus.
Yeah,
I
same
pre-
here.
Okay, so the three of you sit in the back as Geth
Love
sits
it.
in the front row.
Let's go.
After a couple minutes, Geth, you feel a hand on your back and turn to see this like old man who goes, "Welcome to the church service. It's good to see youngins here."
Yeah, see that.
What was that, Baracus?
I said that's what I was trying to avoid right there. That right there.
and he goes, "Well, I'm glad you came today. It's supposed to be a very good service."
So I've heard. I talked to Sarter earlier today. No, a couple of days ago. I'm gonna leave it at today.
He goes, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And then he sits back down and kind of like, you can feel that he's staring at the back of your neck.
I'm
There's
gonna,
no doubt that he's staring at the back of your neck.
I'm gonna like slowly look over my shoulder and like make direct eye contact with him and just like wave.
He does this.
And I'm gonna like slowly turn back.
Yeah, you can tell he's looking straight at your neck, but maybe not in a weird way, probably not. Anyway, after just after 6, Starter just kind of stops. He's like, "Oh, Guten Tag, welcome to the Church of Baal. Overall, I'm very excited about the service today. Again, I am Chief Priest Sarda Kuhu. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Kuhu that does how you do. Anywho, welcome to the service. I see we have a couple new faces. That's always a good thing. It's not that I don't love seeing Nate and Jackson and all the rest of you, but it's good to see others. No. Anywho, I'd love to tell you about why death really not such a bad thing. You see, death is a natural part of life. It's actually a natural part of death too. Overall, death happens, and that's kind of nice. And with this, Starter who begins telling a story. He kind of, over the course of the next hour and a half, weaves for you a tale of betrayal and love, murder and sex, and he's going into detail about everything he talks about with that just wonderful accent. But most importantly, death. He just highlights death. The betrayal led to death, the love, death, murder, obviously, death, and the sex, oddly enough, death. And he just kind of keeps bringing it back to death. And after an hour and a half of this story, and there's moments throughout where you hear people kind of like clap, like, right? And you guys cannot tell where you're supposed to clap. You don't know if these are jokes, if this is serious. It is impossible to know for sure. But after all this happens, he goes, so overall, I think that all of you seemed very intrigued by the story. I can tell that each of you got the message. Very good. It's now time for the flagellations. So I will get us started. And from under his cloak, you remember he reaches all the way under and pulls out this like small cat of nine tails whip and just starts whipping himself there in the center of the room in front of you. As he goes, "Oh, Baal, have mercy on me. Oh, Baal, mercy. Baal, mercy on the people here. Mercy on me. Mercy on everyone." And then he stops and he leans over and hands the whip to someone in one of the other sections who begins to whip themselves. What was that, Baracus?
Baracus has left.
Yeah, this other person begins to just whip themselves, saying kind of a quiet prayer, and then it gets passed around, and after not very long, the man behind you kind of just like lanes the cat o' nine whip on your shoulder, Geth, saying, "It's your turn now." You just whip yourself and say whatever prayer to Ball makes you comfortable.
I'm gonna like turn around and try and make eye contact with the rest of my group who is hopefully still
You see
here.
Aerith and Zon.
I'm going to just weakly throw it over my shoulders. Thank you, Ball, for not killing us.
Everyone begins to clap, and everyone just
do it harder.
I stared at Aaron.
everyone then kind of just stares and looks at you, and the guy behind you goes, "I think it's the ones in the back's turn. You should have to take them."
Oh, of course. I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna hand it immediately to Aaron.
Aaron's just gonna turn and start hitting Zon with it, and just like, thank you for not killing me.
Yeah, at this, Sarter goes, 9! 999!
Oh, I'm supposed to want to die?
Oh,
9! This is for the begging of mercy from Ball. No, and he like just shoots over there. He runs surprisingly fast and agile, and just attempts to rip the whip out of your hand, Aerith. Do you try to stop him at all?
No, I just let him have it.
Then he just kind of does a quick like at you, and then goes 9 and takes the whip back and goes, "This is why we don't allow new people normally, or they don't come. I don't know, but regardless, mercy for him," as he starts whipping himself again. Mercy for him, mercy for all of them.
am I still over there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Sarter, I think he should repent. I think he needs to do twice the affirmations now.
Yeah, if he thinks he can do it.
Bye. And then Earth walks out.
And he goes, yes, Dragonborn, would you like a blessing? He's still whipping himself the whole time.
Yeah, I'll have a small one.
You know, mercy for me. And then he hands you the whip.
Small. I'll have a small blessing.
Zon will do his best to sell it.
Oh, give a performance check, please.
Oh, you brave. Performance check.
Storm Kirk all over again.
It's my turn for that one, right?
Wow.
Right.
Whoa.
Oh, he can do it this time. He's learned.
So Zon makes it look like he's really hurting himself and says, mercy, thanks be to Ball, and then gives it back.
Yeah, you'll notice just a tear fall from Sarter's eye as he goes, "That was very good." And he'll take the whip, go back to the center of the room, and go, "Thank you all for coming to today's service. I'll see you next week." And then he goes, "Oh," and then falls asleep on the ground. He just like rolls into a ball like a cat and goes to bed. This was exhausting for him. This was absolutely exhausting for him.
Oh my god.
So he's rolled up like a cat in front of you guys, and everyone kind of sits there in silence for a little bit, including the others there, before
Geth is gonna follow along and he's gonna clap.
the guy leans forward and grabs your shoulder and goes, "I told you it was a good one."
Yes. I'll be with you. Thank you. Bye.
And you shoot out the room.
No.
Okay.
I walk towards Sarter.
Yeah, Sarter's asleep. Zon, what are you doing at this point? You'll notice there are definitely 2 people walking towards you, seemingly to say thanks for coming.
Zon's gonna go the other direction towards the priest. He wants to ask him a question, wake him up.
Yeah, so Geth, you're gonna get over there slightly before Zon, and you get there and see Sarter on the ground going,
Is he still holding the like?
Of course he is. He's using it like a pillow.
Okay. I'm going to take it out from underneath his head. And hold it for a second. I do have to make any sort of like check for that.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand to slide it out from his hands.
Oddly enough, Gets proficient in sleight of hand
I'll see it.
because I don't know how to make it.
Cross is very sexual.
15.
Yeah, you get it out, but he does seem to wake up. His eyes flutter, and he goes, "Guten Tag."
Yes. We're here.
Yeah, I get sleepy after service. It's exhausting to channel all that
I'm
begging.
Yes, and you begged very well.
Thank you. You did pretty good yourself. And Dragonborn, very good. He's still like rolled up in a ball as he's talking to you. His eyes are barely open.
Starter, can I ask you to stand, please? I feel a little.
Starter.
Yeah, why don't you just lay down with me? Be easier for all of us.
I'm gonna look at Zahn and go, what the fuck? But not verbally. And then I'm gonna.
Zahn will respond by sitting crisscross and saying, "Mr. Kuhu."
You who?
I have a question about death.
Yeah.
Can you find its source?
You'll have me perplexed, my child. What?
Can you determine the cause of death?
Oh yeah, like if I see a body, I go, "Oh, how you die?" Like that.
Yes, or more in a general sense, can one determine a cause of death?
Yeah, I mean, well, you would need to have a bit of Ball's favor, but with a bit of Ball's favor and just a bit of luck and a prayer, maybe a good whipping or two, I don't see why he wouldn't tell you.
Do you whip the body? Just
No! You whip yourself and ask for mercy and for forgiveness.
Oh, my misunderstanding. Sorry. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, do you have a flash of your own?
A flage?
I don't have one.
I got one for you. He's gonna reach under his skirt.
What is
He's gonna pull out a oh my god, a flash and hand it to you. And Zahn, you can add flash to your character.
Is that the right term?
I don't know.
It is. It is.
It's not. It's not.
No,
Don't
really?
say it's I'm so sorry, guys. I wasn't ready for. Oh my god. Yeah. He hands you a whip. You have a whip now. Oh my god. And just to be clear, this thing is like this big, so it's not going to be helpful in a fight for any means. But you could definitely whip yourself or others with it.
just
Got it.
Yeah. Does that answer your question, Dragonborn?
Sure.
Good.
Thank you.
Of course. Did you have a question to other one? And he's still laying down. Are you still standing up at this point?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't like that he's looking up at me. Yes, Starter, I believe we discussed about me obtaining just a small piece of holy text from you.
Yeah,
Might I have it?
of course. And he's gonna reach a hand under there and pull out a piece of paper, and on it are 5 hymns, basically 5 hymns to Ball, each kind of sectioned off.
Okay.
And he goes, "Is this good?"
I only need 2.
Yeah, but I wrote 5.
Then I will take 5 and I'm gonna like pick them up like this, trying not to touch as much of it as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's moister than it should be for a piece of paper, but it's mostly dry.
So, to lick it.
Add hymns to Ball.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so anything else before I go back to my cat nap?
I think I'm good here, Zahn. How about you?
No, I'm good. Death be with you.
And also with you. And then he goes to bed in front of you and starts to go, oh, bye. I just want to say the accent stayed so much better this time, and it was disgusting. Thank you. Anyway, you guys make your way outside to where Aerith and Baracus are standing, seemingly horrified, I think, of the events they just witnessed.
I'm going to like point my finger at Baracus, then Aerith and Zon. I'm gonna say, we don't speak about this to anyone.
Hey,
We do not king shame here, Geth. It's okay.
I'm gonna flick
So
Aerith.
does that mean that you guys are going to be against standing over, what's his name? Gondor? Gottmer's body, reading the hymns to Baal, and whipping yourselves? Is that out of the question?
For the moment, I don't want to do it.
All right.
Zon brings up a point. Sarter said that we might be able to gain favor from Baal and learn about Gottmer's passing if we were to praise Baal and hit ourselves with this flag that Zon has.
Well, have fun with that.
Aerith, if you want to know the truth, you should go first.
You are the leader.
Fine. I did not know you were into this, but if it will make y'all happy, give it to me. Are we doing it here?
Yes, we are. And I'm going to take it out of Zon's hands and I'm going to hand it to Aerith.
And then Aerith just starts like, oh, Baal, wise and powerful, please impart me your knowledge. Who killed Gottmer?
Do you hit yourself with the flag?
I hit myself with the flag.
As soon as you do, Geth is going to start laughing and he's going to take it out of your hand again. Oh, I forgot to mention, we should probably do this over the body.
I use Mage Hand to slap him.
All right. I'm actually I need to pee, and so we're gonna take a quick break before you guys continue.
All
right. Real quick, what's the next plan?
Yeah.
Yep.
We told Artani we meet him
Yeah.
at Apothecary after the service.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go pee, and then I'll be back.
Have fun.
Oh my gosh.
Another drink.
There.
Oh, my leg. Do you need anything?
No, I'm perfect. Thank you.
Are you guys playing Wordle?
I haven't gotten into it. Kara was playing it the other night, and I played a few rounds on her phone, but I haven't played it myself.
Wordle?
Yeah. Colby got into it today, apparently, for the first time. Is he talking to us? Because I don't think he is.
I don't think so. I can just hear someone yelling.
Yep, fair. Michaela, do you play Wordle every day?
Nope, I haven't played yet. Whenever I first heard about it, I was like, that sounds like an obvious business plan to me. I'm
Yep.
not going to participate. And then the entire world participated, and now I feel like I was correct, but everyone is playing it. So I feel like I'm missing out on a moment of human, like, collective history.
See, it's kind of too late to join now, though, because when it first started, it wasn't for profit at all, but the New York Times bought it. So now it is somewhat for profit. So the time to play it was originally, and everyone should drop it now, theoretically. That being said, there's like 1 billion apps that are the exact same game. They're just not called Wordle.
And they support smaller creators rather than the New York
Mhm.
Times.
Because fuck the New York Times. I assume. I don't know. I don't have a lot of strong opinions about them other than they shouldn't charge for access and we should just, subsidize journalism. But oh well.
Oh,
Mhm. Yo, B, is it like cold there right now? Because we got up to 45 degrees today and all the snow we had melted and we had like a foot of snow.
really gross outside.
It's so gross.
Yeah,
It started raining.
well, we had snow all of yesterday, and then we got more snow today, and the day started around freezing, and then by the time I left campus, it was like 15 outside.
Mhm.
So it got pretty chilly.
Damn. Okay.
But it's good.
Yeah, it has been warm. It's been in the 40s up until now, and then it got cold again.
I think
That was ours. It's been really cold and then all of a sudden it got hot. It gets up to 51 today. Like it got up to 51 today, which is absurd.
Damn. We have it getting down into like the highs and single digits this weekend.
My goodness.
I want that.
Yeah, our
We're gonna
weekend.
go snowboarding tomorrow.
I want that.
That's pretty cool. I think we're going hiking this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Sweet.
Unless what?
I doubt-
Christian, what winter sports are you doing?
Not a damn thing. Jokes.
Isn't it like fucking 80 degrees in Texas?
Nah, it's like I think it's like maybe 70 something. It wasn't hot today, but yeah, no, it's
That's a win.
Not really. Yeah.
at least didn't shut down this year.
Yeah.
So there's
True.
That's fair.
power. These happen
That's
actually.
yeah. I mean, fuck Greg Abbott though, regardless.
Look at it.
Yup.
Christian, when do we get to meet Maria?
That is a fantastic question.
Are you embarrassed of us?
I am.
No, I am.
Yeah, I am.
Right, but like,
Damn.
Let's see. Yeah, y'all gotta see
I
her.
met Maria.
Brandon did meet.
Yeah, I met her. We were at a football game.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I make stomp whoever they played.
Mhm.
It was
Christian, sorry, also unrelated. I'm just gonna keep asking you questions while we're waiting for Colby. Do you get to go to Allie's wedding?
yeah.
Good. Good.
Cool.
You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta represent for the squad because
I-
I'm not gonna be able to make it. I don't know if we are at all.
I'm not.
I'll be there. I ain't got no damn excuse seeing as it's around the corner from my fucking house.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Colby.
I don't even know what we're talking about. So I could have just agreed to something really bad, but I don't have the slightest clue.
I think
No,
you're-
that's my girl though. I'm going regardless. Like I was literally trying to figure out how get myself up to Colorado, and she's like, "Oh no, it's in San Marcos." I said, "Save fucking less."
it's so much easier. So much easier.
I don't have to worry about no hotel, none of that. I
Mhm.
just have to what?
Good.
Because-
I'm glad you're going. I definitely feel bad that like I can't make it back, and Marshall and I've talked about it, and Brendan too, but you're closer, which makes sense. And also I'm glad somebody from the squad is going.
Well, of course.
I didn't have any money saved up,
Yup.
so I,
That's the
I
real
literally
problem.
could not afford it.
Hey, girl, something though. Like damn.
What's that?
I said,
Oh, I solved the Wordle today.
Yeah, Christian, your voice went out.
"Can you hear me now?"
Yes.
And that girl something.
Allie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
still got the part. She actually having I don't know if it's a couple shower or bridal shower, whatever. She actually having something on Saturday, and I gotta figure out what to get.
If you don't know
Oh,
wine,
you're going to that?
just get her wine and coffee,
It's not.
or
Or horse.
I
a
still haven't-
horse. A
I don't know.
horse.
Horse.
I don't even know what this dude really looked like. So I'm finna go.
A flounder.
I want to. I told her, I said, look, I don't give a fuck. I need to see him before you marry this. She's like, yeah. I know. I know, whatever. I said, look, like, I gotta see the dude. Like, damn.
So can we talk about? I didn't think about it. This has all been recording as well. It's fine.
It'll be on YouTube. It's okay.
You got it. You got to just let the world know.
Christian, you gotta edit this.
We got to tag everyone who gets referenced in a video.
Just private all of the videos. We don't know. Them.
I try to stop it before anything gets said, but anyway, whatever I just said through the voice of Starter Koo, who is on the internet forever now. So yeah, let's keep going, you guys. It's already 9, so let's keep on trucking
We
along.
got spiders to recruit.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you guys, you're standing outside of the Temple to Ball right now. All right. Yeah, do it. Okay. Yeah, you make it to Artani's. You walk through the city. And you notice as you walk through that you see kind of as you walk through the where's the Temple to Ball?
It's the right here.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Kind of as you walk through this main area, as you go past like the ash tree and stuff, you do notice it seems like more activity than usual.
Activity.
It seems like it seems like there are more humans, specifically guards, out and about right now. They don't seem to be headed in any particular direction, just kind of patrolling. It's not like a ton. There's not a whole army in the streets or anything, but you do notice more than you did before, like yesterday.
I say we just.
But you can make your way to Artani's. Oh, sorry. What was that, Marshall?
Oh, I was just gonna say we just keep heading towards Artani's.
Yeah, you make your way to Artani's, no trouble, and yeah, you get there.
I'm gonna walk up and knock on the door.
Okay. Yeah, Artani will answer, and you'll notice he answers the door and he's kind of in like, he's put on like boots, and normally he's in kind of just like comfortable robes, but he's put on boots, and it looks kind of like the medieval equivalent of when a dad decides they're going to go out camping, like a middle class, like a dad. He's got like boots on, he's wearing a hat. He looks ready for a hike. You say, all right, friends, are you ready to go?
I think so, and I'm gonna look towards everyone else.
Yes.
All right. Then I suppose we should be off. And you start trudging. You walk out the door, and then immediately you're off the roads, and you kind of travel. Well, you do follow the road. Sorry, I lied. Yeah, you're gonna follow the road up until kind of up over here, in this cluster of buildings, and then you're gonna go off into the woods, and you end up over here, against this kind of rock face. You're at the base of a big cliff now, and you see a cave in front of you.
What time is it, by the way?
You guys
was it
left
about
the service,
7 or so?
at 8. You left the service a little before 8.
So is it dark?
Oh, 8. Okay.
Okay. In that case, as we walk, I'm gonna pick up a rock and I'm gonna cast light on it, and I'm just gonna like hold it out. That way we have like some sort of vision as we walk through the forest, or at least Zon and I.
You cast light on a rock. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I gotta get this ready. Okay.
I just love that reaction.
All right. Yeah, and you walk up to the entrance of a cave. And you can see inside the cave.
I'm gonna take one of my spider potions. So they know I'm a friend.
Yeah, Artani's gonna say, all right, yeah, that's good. Just right into it. I did tell you I don't know exactly what this does, right?
Trust you?
Okay. Yeah, Hank, can you get a token for Artani real quick?
Yeah, I got you. That was awesome.
Oh, I just put 2 Barackuses down.
That's fine.
Now, Artani, while it's not our goal to kill them, but if they attack and we have no way to communicate with them, we might have to do what we need to survive. Right?
No, I still have the spider stones.
Well, I'm saying if they refuse to communicate or don't attempt or just seem
Okay.
really hostile with no point of return, we might end up having to kill them. Are you okay with this?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I was prepared to lose them before. I'm not. I like my spiders. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely understand. I'm not going to expect you all to lay over and let them eat you. I'm a man of reason. All right. Yeah, and you guys are standing in this cave. This web is kind of hung up above you, and so you kind of walk under this canopy of web.
Is there anything moving in the web, or are any of like the strands like moving as we walk through here?
No, it's still.
Oh yeah, I still
Oh,
have
and
owl
you
token.
have
Do I need an owl token?
Is your in here with you?
Yeah, it's just on my shoulder right now.
There you go.
Yay! I get 2.
Oh, did you put it? Oh, sorry.
Yep, you're
There
good.
you go. Okay. What's Geth? What's the distance that light illuminates?
It's not very far. I want to say it's only like 20 feet, but I'll go ahead and put that in the chat.
Okay. I'm just gonna limit everybody's vision based on that. But if you would see something, the people with dark vision, then I will let you know.
Okay. Or if you want to, you don't have to hold the light. We could just have my owl fly with us holding the rock. So if you need a free hand.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea.
Mm.
So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my glowy rock to the owl.
Okay. It's a 20-foot radius. Yeah. Okay. You can see a little bit further than you should actually be able to, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah. You guys are in the cave. And Artani can't see either. So he's gonna say, I'm going to let you all lead because I unfortunately forgot to bring a torch.
Oh, I actually have a torch. I think. Let me double check that before I just start talking out my ass.
I think I have a torch as well. I also have a torch.
You guys have a way to light the torches? And torches provide the same amount of light as the light spell does. So, just each of you would have one. But
would I be able to light the torches with Sacred Flame by any chance?
Put the text for Sacred Flame. I think you probably would, but let me see.
As long as it's actually like fire damage.
It does radiant.
It's hard.
Did that
So the
Radiant.
yeah, it says flame.
No,
light
it's flame like radiance.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so no. I bet you have the owl with the light on it.
Yeah. I just wanted to give something to Artani, but okay, never mind. Moving on.
And Aerith, you don't see anything in front of you. You don't see anything in front of you. In front of you, you see you can see 60 feet. You see a cave. Yeah, you see cave in front of you.
Okay.
That's it. It seems to widen up ahead. And you guys can move your characters. Just move a little bit at a time.
Okay. And do y'all got the movement for my owl?
You
Can
should
you
have
not-
access to the owl token.
I'm clicking on it and it is doing nothing.
I definitely set it to
Controlled by. Oh, here we go. Now try.
Yay! I did it.
Perfect.
I'm going to walk ahead of Artani as much as I can.
And bada-boop, bada-boop.
Aerith, you see an offshoot of the cave over to your left.
Okay. Do. Is Baracus not coming?
Baracus?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm coming.
Do you have night vision as well, Baracus? You do, right?
There's heck do.
Okay. Yeah, you should probably be near the front.
Yeah, no, computer's messing up. I'm finna fix it.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I just making sure. I thought you were. I thought one of the spells was off.
Brock is leading.
Yeah.
All right, Baracus, in front of you, you
Mhm.
see,
Sorry.
you and Aerith. Aerith, you see the cave to your left narrows, and you can actually see the wall on the other end. It curves to the right. And then Baracus, if you look in front of you, you see a giant web up in front of you, in a big room.
Time.
It's just fucking.
I think I found the spiders.
Frostbite spiders.
From Skyrim. Giant leaf fighter.
There's a web ahead.
Oh, I know. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sorry, I'm trying to. There we go.
Where's spoilers? Is this web like look real or do I have to avoid it or?
Okay. It's a real web. It comes down and touches the ground. Stop moving. Baracus, you see another web. Sorry, continue.
Oh, suspense right there.
Okay, now Baracus, in front of you, you see
Oh,
two spiders.
Oh shit. All right. Where my man at?
Artani is coming.
I guess I will.
Yeah, and Zon, you don't see anything yet. Artani doesn't see anything yet. It's only you and Aerith see it right now. And
Yep.
the owl.
They're up ahead.
Huh?
They're up ahead. So I don't know if you're gonna use your magic or whatever, but I prefer not to get eaten.
Our Tawny's gonna say, yeah, I have a way to communicate with them, kind of like I told you before with the spider rocks, but I'm not certain how great it works. But they generally know that I'm a friend. They don't
Generally,
usually attack me. Here, I'll step in front. Somebody send your owl with me.
I shall.
Aerith.
go with you. I'll go with you.
All right. Hello, friends. I'm just here to say hi. Okay. And you get close and you can see them. And Artani is going to lay out, he's got his 3 stones. Remember, there's 1 colorful stone and 2 gray stones. And he will lay them out in a triangle with the colorful stone at the top.
Okay.
And the spiders will come over, and you'll notice that they have rocks in like kind of a web sack that they've made on their back. And they'll pull rocks out and put them in a triangle. And Zon, roll me a D5. D/R D5. /R space D5. Yeah. You at this point you see this spider. It kind of sticks out to you. And then you're like, what is going on? It feels weird, kind of. You feel kind of funny, but that's like the first spider that you saw when you turned around. You looked for some reason over the 2 in front of that one, and you saw that one. It was maybe hanging from a web, and it caught your eye. And something feels weird, and then you realize that you are like connected to it.
Woo!
Kind of. Yeah. And you're like able to like psychic, you kind of have a psychic connection to it right now.
Hello, friend.
Yeah, it doesn't really talk to you,
Oh, man.
but
I mean no harm.
yeah. And you can see it kind of like chitter as spiders do with the others, and they will kind of like chitter with each other, and they seem to be coming down like off their guard.
Cool. We're friends of Artani. This is Artani.
Yeah, and Artani is gonna say that's cool. Zon, just humor me for a moment. See if you can ask the spider to do something for you.
Mr. Spider, can you hold up your front left foot for me?
Yeah, and the spider will do that. He's gonna say, all right, now just think it. Think it and see what happens.
Zon is thinking, can you lift your front right up? Foot?
Yeah, and the spider will lift its front right leg. And now, yeah, where in the world? Oh, there we go. So now, tell the spider to move somewhere.
Mr. Spider, can you move to your...
You should.
Okay, Zon is thinking to move the spider here.
All right. So now you have control of this spider for the time being.
This is awesome.
Tawny's going to say, wow, that is fantastic. I wasn't really expecting that to work, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm really glad that it did.
Told you I trusted you.
All right. Now, if you could maybe communicate with our spider friends and use your spider to ask the others if they would be willing to help us and tell them that we will give them food and reward. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's fun around.
Okay. You see the spider that you're controlling chittering, and it's basically, it seems like just kind of saying what Zahn says. I mean, you can't really tell it's spider chittering, but as Zahn is like talking, it's also talking, chittering. And the other spiders are gonna kind of move around Zahn's spider, and it's going. Oh, there's one of them that seems to be the biggest. This one here is going to step up, kind of move Zahn's aside and step up to Artani. And it's going to put down one gray stone. And then it's going to roll over on its back and lay down on its back with its legs kind of curled up. And then it's going to stand back up and look at Artani for a response. And Artani is going to say, the gray stone means no. But I'm not certain what the rest of that was.
It says it doesn't want to die. Could be acting of dying.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Zahn, and tell them that if they help us, they won't have to die, or we can help them not die.
Okay. So Zahn will say, you guys are under threat right now by the humans. They don't want you here. We want your safety, but we will all need to risk something.
Can you give me a persuasion check? We're going to use just your persuasion because we're going to assume that your spider is going to be like it's going to go through the spider, from you to the spider to the other spiders.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, they all just kind of chitter their mandibles, and that's about. Yeah, they're going to how do they respond to that? Okay. Yeah, they'll the lead spider will put down one colorful stone, and then it'll kind of the way that they've been talking to each other by like chittering, but that it'll put down the colorful stone and then toward Artani kind of move its mandibles back and forth. And he's going to say the colorful stone means yes. That's what we talked about. Not certain what the other thing might be.
Okay, so they seem to help us on just try to convey the plan, I guess, that we're all going to be fighting the humans together.
You could really use your stealth and your stealth as we try to take over the palace and free our friends. But if you can scale the wall and take out as many humans as you can, that's what we really need.
Okay. All right. The spider will again put down a colorful stone and then move its mandibles, kind of like it's chewing on something maybe, or like it's putting something in its mouth.
With the spider that I'm connected to, can I get a sense of like how they feel?
No.
Okay.
The whole party can see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At that, Geth is gonna like rummage around and pull out the set of spider stones that he has, and he's going to put down a gray stone, and then he's going to like chomp and then point at Artani.
You're gonna chomp and point at Artani.
Yeah, but with the gray stone.
Yeah, and they will put down a gray stone. They'll do the chattering with their mandibles, and then they'll put their rocks in a triangle again. And Artani's gonna say that means me, the triangle. And then they'll say, and then after you kind of see that, they'll put the colorful stone down, step back for a second, and then go up and put all three of their stones in a vertical line with the color, or no, sorry. They'll put the colorful stone, then they'll do the chattering thing. And then they'll put all three of their stones in a vertical line with a colorful stone on top.
Zon, any idea?
I wasn't taking notes.
So it's colorful stone, chattering, and then 3 stones in a vertical line with a colorful one on top.
Where's the colorful one?
Great.
2 gray stones, colorful, one on the top. So a 3 in a line, color on top, 2 gray.
Yeah.
Zon asked them if this means that they'll help us, or tell them to touch the colorful stone. If this means that they'll help us.
Will you touch the colorful stone if this means you will help?
It'll put the colorful stone out again, and then do chattering.
Sweet. So that means yes.
I guess that's a yes.
On board. I'd like to high five the spider somehow.
You actually feel your kind of connection like fading.
I'm just gonna say thank you for your time.
Tell them we'll come
Yeah,
get
and
them this time.
We'll be here whenever it is time.
Yeah, they'll all kind of like turn to each other and chatter, and then they'll all turn at you, like the group of you, and all start chattering their mandibles.
Friends. I think.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully, yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess this means we'll be going. Right.
Bye.
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 Rockets, Jets. Ain't
Yeah.
no way.
They're gonna continue chattering their mandibles as you leave.
Yeah, I'm not pushing.
And actually, the large one is gonna kind of follow you guys as you walk out.
Oh shit.
He's just
Rockets, chill.
following right behind.
Oh,
He doesn't
I-
seem aggressive.
I'm not pushing my luck.
He doesn't seem aggressive.
No, he's chattering his mandibles, but he's not like running after them. Running after you.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. I think that's
Yeah, you guys, I'll just take you back to the chateau map. You don't have to walk yourselves out of the cave. There you go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, that was
Um,
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we're not eating, so I guess that's a plus, right?
Let's just
it
hope.
is a plus. It's good to know that my my potion worked, although it seems to have a time limit, about 10 minutes or so. So we likely don't want to use that until we need it. I'm unsure about how that ended. They normally when I leave, they don't chatter at me like that.
Um,
What does the chattering mean?
I have no idea.
What do they usually do?
Normally I go in, I give them some food, I take some silk, and then and then they go about their business and turn around and kind of ignore me, and I leave.
huh. Well, like I said, we're still here. So
They might have wanted food. Did you bring food?
I did not. I'm not gonna lie to you all. I was sorely underprepared for this. It's nighttime. It was a bit spooky, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm on edge with the revolution coming.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
If
But-
we have any food on us, we can leave it to them. Like, I don't know if we have rations on us right now.
Are they on your character sheet?
Let me,
Yeah.
let me check.
Yeah, I have some. But
I'll sacrifice some rations for spiders.
Yeah, all of us take one ration off. That sound good?
One? No, 10.
there were 5 spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take off 10 rations. I'll
Okay.
sacrifice.
Okay.
I
I guess
think,
Brock is supplying them all.
well, no, I think 5 apiece would be beneficial. They were much larger than us, I believe. They were.
guess. Okay, yeah.
How big were they before I?
Okay, I'll take 5 off of mine then.
All right.
I was gonna do 2.
Let's see. Giant spider is large, so it's large.
Okay, so
Quite a bit bigger than you.
I'll do 5.
So I guess it needs more than that. Fine, I'll take off 10.
I'll do 5.
I'll sacrifice.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at the front of the cave for him.
Do you think the spiders will enjoy this by any chance?
I think that they would enjoy that. Yeah. They like eating living things, but human food is not something they normally have, and I think that they will appreciate that. They've liked the bread that I brought for them before. So
If all else fails, it'll lure animals here for them to actually catch.
that's
All right.
also a good point. Actually, you all should leave. Somebody leave a colorful stone with the food so that they know it was associated with you.
I'll leave one.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that solves our problem, but we'll see. Okay. All right. I should head back to my shop. What is your plan for tonight?
I would actually have a sort of a weird request for you as well. As my
Okay.
friend once asked you for herbs and stuff, if you had any left, I would love to have as much as you can give me. It'll help me on our fight with the revolution.
What specifically do you need?
Whatever you gave him would be fine with me.
You need herbs? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can spare some herbs. Follow me back to the shop.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you guys can make your way. You'll make your way back to the shop. Yeah, he'll give you 2 bundles of herbs.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. I'm sorry.
Yikes.
Um,
Not a fan.
so my friends, I will try. I can be in charge of getting the spiders for you. Like I said, I'm no good with a blade or anything. So I can deliver them to you, but I will not be engaging in any combat.
We don't.
You've already done enough. Don't worry, Tony.
I honestly respect it.
We don't expect you to be up front with us. That seems more our territory, where yours seems to be more helping the actual dwarven folk directly. And we would much prefer you be in a safer position than on the front lines with us.
Yes.
Which brings me to a question for you, actually. If it came down to it, and the dwarves were looking for a human to rule alongside, to govern with, would you be open to taking that position?
No, I wouldn't. You see, Geth, outside of Chateau, I have a fair bit of renown as an alchemist, and I ran a fairly successful apothecary in Ohesh for a time. But you see, that's why I came to Chateau, for the relative anonymity and maybe a smaller community to interact with. I don't want a position of power. I'm sorry.
And that's quite fair. I only ask that you think about it, considering you might be the only person in this town that we have come across that seems to share equal values with the dwarves. I think you would be a good representation of the people of Chateau.
I appreciate that. I'll give it thought. Yeah, I suppose when you come up with a plan, send a dwarf to inform me, or come yourselves. But I will be at my shop awaiting orders.
All right. Do we need anything else from the apothecary?
Not that I can think of.
Cool. In that case, we
The animal friendship potion. I do not. I'm sorry. It took quite a bit to make the one batch, and I've split it up evenly among the 4 of you. So hopefully it helps.
you said these should last for these should last for close to 10 minutes, correct?
About 10 minutes, yes. And each of the vials should give you 10 minutes. So.
With that, we should probably be heading out back to the ash tree.
Cool. Yeah, you guys make it to the ash tree. It's nighttime. It's pretty late at this point. And the streets are quieter now.
No drunk
It's
guards.
what?
No drunk guards barreling out to come and attack us.
Speaking of which,
Not that you see. No,
Oh, okay.
it doesn't seem like there are.
there it is.
Okay. Yeah, you make it back to the ash tree. There are a few patrons inside, but it's a relatively slow night.
I'm gonna try and find Delphine and like flag her down.
Yeah, she's behind the bar like usual. What can I do for you, dear?
Miss Delphine, my friends and I are going to be talking at length about what to do next on our adventure across the continent. Would you be so kind as to bring some meals up to our room for us?
Oh, sure thing, dear. That sounds good.
Much appreciated. Thank
Always planning.
you.
All right.
A queen.
Yeah, she'll make her way off to the kitchen, leaving you guys in the bar.
We should probably go up to the rooms to try and talk about the plan that we, want to present to the dwarves. I prefer the dwarf part.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah, Geth is gonna start walking back upstairs.
Okay.
So y'all go in Geth's room?
You're invited.
Do we see Path at all?
His room is closed.
Zon will knock.
Yeah, he'll answer the door. Hello, Zon.
Just wanted to say hi.
Hello, Zon. I'm just doing some late night reading.
It's fun. Yeah, just want to say hi. I'll see you later.
Okay. Have a good night, Zon.
So, quick question. In relation to everyone's room locations, whose room is closest to Path's?
That would be, hang on, I got it in here somewhere. That would be Zon's room.
Okay. Whose is the furthest?
Aerith's room is the furthest.
Okay. Aerith, would you mind if we actually had this conversation in your room?
Oh, not in the slightest. All right, come to your superior's room, everybody.
Your boss, right?
I cast Sacred
Hey, you guys
belongings.
walk into Aerith's room, and immediately Baracus feels something up against his leg.
Because
Aw, kitty.
I look down. Hey, yo.
Mans is alive.
We refuse to let him die.
Always kicking.
He hasn't gotten a new random collar, has he?
What did his last collar look like?
Wasn't it like black? And like,
It was like
Geth
black with red on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the current collar he has on is yellow, so yes.
Oh, I'm gonna take the yellow color off and say it looks garish on him.
Gayish on him?
He will he'll purr in agreement.
Oh.
All right, and you guys are sitting in Aerith's room, probably crammed in there a little bit, to talk of revolution.
I'm going to stand by the door to see if I can hear anyone approaching the door as we talk.
Okay.
I mean, I could leave Owl outside or Bear outside.
That might draw more suspicion if there's just a little owl hopping around outside. Just saying.
Don't call Bear suspicious. He's a perfectly good boy.
He's just like you and the rest of the elves. Shifty.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Oh,
Ah,
did you get
It's
from
been a while
Samora?
since
Oh
Jeff
no,
showed
wait,
his
you definitely
racism.
didn't.
that was
Whew.
fight back.
Throw a book at his temple.
Need to.
Payback. I'm actually gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Ugh.
We can get started though.
You guys are sitting in the room.
Okay, so we need a plan.
Hang on, two of them just left.
Oh,
I know, I'm still here. I'm just,
Eris is there. Guest just used the restroom, so
yeah, I'm just rubbing my head. I got a headache.
okay.
Drink water.
There's what we-
I did drink water. Look, I drank this water bottle. I drank this water bottle. I got a lot of water bottles.
Mm.
show us more water.
Oh, actually, I will show you more water. Give me 1 sec.
Is this gonna be a whole thing? Because I feel bad asking now.
Wait, no, just watch this real quick. All right. This is our garage. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but like, look at all those water bottles.
What the fuck? Why do you have that much water?
My dad, he changed jobs, so like went to a different hospital, and in between he worked at Ozarka for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they apparently operated the plant a whole day without putting the best buy date on them, so they couldn't sell any of those water bottles. They were just giving them out.
Crazy.
About like a couple hundred bottles of water, and it
Baby.
gave us a
Let me just say it, an unopened bottle of water to me shouldn't need a Best Buy date, but
Let's say quick.
legally it has to, and then like they normally organize them by the best buy date, and so they didn't know which ones were which to fix them, so they just gave them away to free for their employees. My dad was there for 2 weeks when that happened, so
wild. Fair enough. Okay, sorry. So you guys are sitting alone in the room. It seems.
I'm actually going to cast enhanced ability on myself. For advantage.
What do you cast?
Enhanced ability. And I'm going to go for what was it? Owl's wisdom. Just so I can keep a better eye out for anyone that seems to be approaching the door through sound.
Okay.
Respect it. All right.
I think we should start off with how we plan to approach the castle or whatever it is. Baracus and I know how to get to the keep where they house Gort.
With the
We don't really know anything past that. I assume the three of you know how to get to Videl's chambers of some sort, or at least the throne room. From your visit.
we need to stop by Gord's place to get him some armor and stuff. I think, if Zon wouldn't mind carrying it or whatever, while me and Geth go in there and get Gord, so he's not fighting everybody with his hands. I mean, he could, but I think with a weapon.
yeah, he do a lot more with the weapon. I agree.
I think it would be more beneficial if Zon was fighting with us, but we might be able to enlist the dwarves to help us carry in some of Gord's equipment.
With big ass armor?
Yeah, dwarves are
Multiple of them, yeah.
strong.
All right.
I'm sure Gort could also use a weapon we find in there.
Yeah.
We can disarm some guards and then give Gort their weapons.
I mean,
if they took him in full armor, they have it in there somewhere.
with all due respect, I was the only one who saw him cleave a couple dudes with his own stuff, so I'd rather get him his own stuff. If
That own stuff is in there. We'll just have to find it. They normally have like a place where they keep the belongings of the prisoners. We'll just have to find that as well, and just give him that. It'll already be waiting in there.
I mean, we'd be taking off a step by already having it instead of having to go find it. Because who knows?
I think
Or if we weigh ourselves down.
I think Baracus is right. It might be better if we found a weapon and some armor, even if it's just to get Gort by for the time being while we search for his actual stuff. That way he isn't, less powerful than, or less strong than what Baracus claims him to be.
He's a monster. But that's my dude.
We don't know about what kind of security they're going to be keeping at night, though. So what do we want to do about that? I have a couple of spells that I might be able to use to help get us in. I'm not entirely certain, though. We can always have Aerith try and run reconnaissance slightly beforehand, just to kind of scout out how many are stationed outside of the gates. And then we make our way through. Aerith's lockpicking set is still intact, correct?
It is.
Okay, we might need that to actually break Gort out, if not break through the first door in the keep. Baracus and I saw that the guard outside of the door keeps the key. So we need to make sure we retrieve that. But yeah, any other ideas so far?
I think let's call it for right now. That way you guys have a week to think on it. And then we can come back first thing next session and you guys can give each other your ideas and revolution.
Yep. Yep.
So
Hey,
You cool with that?
I need DMs.
what's that?
What's up?
I need you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording. Great session, you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
See y'all. Revolution.